Welcome to your daily focus for December the 21st, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Yes, we're going to be talking about the Great Conjunction. How exciting is that? Let's talk about the numerology first. And, it just amazes me how the astrology and the numerology just go hand in hand. I can't wait to see what the cards tell us as well about this beautiful energy that we are walking into. So we'll start with the numerology of the 21. The 21 in the tarot deck is the final card of the major arcana. Then we go back to the 0 card, the Fool. So we have completed a complete cycle in our lives, and we are ready to elevate to the next level. And we become the Fool again. So when we are feeling the energy of the 21 energy, it is about allowing things to stay in the past, closing not only a chapter of your life, but an entire book. It's time to prepare yourself for that new blank sheet of paper that is going to go into or in front of you. And you're going to grab your pen, and you're going to write chapter 1. It's about new starts, new paths, new ways of being, becoming. And 2 plus 1 is a 3. The 3 energy is about sowing your seeds, your dreams. It's about birth. It's about rebirth. It's about creation. It's about fertility. Creating abundance, happiness, successes in your life. If we look at the numerology of the day, it comes to a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune card in the tarot deck. And that's about moving into a new season, a better time. 1 plus 0 is a 1, which is the Magician energy. Now, first of all, it's a little bit about the independence. We have to go there in the numerology. It's about your independence. It's about being a trailblazer. It's about new beginnings. It's about creating your identity, what people see when they look at you. We also have the energy of the Magician. And so your wish will be granted when the Magician energy appears. So it's very important to keep your thoughts positive, focused on the future. Definitely calling in what you want to manifest in your life, what goals you want to reach, what successes you want to have. Remember, you can't set a goal of, I want to be happy in 5 years. That's out nowhere land, right? That's a result of. You can't plan to be happy, but you can plan to have results, which will probably make you not only happy, but ecstatic. So it's the goals that you're setting for yourself. That's going to bring in the happiness. That's going to bring in the joy. That's going to bring in that inner peace or that balance. So the conjunction happens at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So the 0, the infinite. So, it's like, we've got the wheel energy here. We've got the world energy here, the cycles. We are going into a new springtime, so to speak, collectively. And in our own individual lives, in certain areas of our life, a combination of areas in our life. And it's a very exciting time. It's a very exciting time to be on this planet. Now, a little bit about the conjunction. First of all, these two planets have a well-known history of meeting up in the sky. And over a period of 200 years, they will always meet in earth signs, as they have for the last 200 years. Or once upon a time, it was water and fire, and it's an 800-year cycle they have. And now they are moving into air signs, and it's going to be an air energy for the next 200 years. So if you can go back You will see the renaissance of the creation of art and sculpting, painting, the architecture, the clothing that was worn. It just was there. It was everywhere. Now this time around, I think Mercury is right in with them. So it'll be about our voice. It'll be about what we're saying. It'll be maybe collectively, maybe together. But it could be our own personal voice, because remember, we have that one energy that also is attached to this great conjunction. What else can I tell you? Oh, I know what I can tell you. First of all, if you want to view this great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter meeting in the sky, look towards the southwest. You will see it. And it's not like a lot of people think that they're crossing over each other, which is very incorrect. Okay. One is higher than the other, and I'm not sure which, but if I look out in the sky, I'll be able to tell you. And it's overcast tonight, so I couldn't, because I've been watching it. And we're going to see these two stars come together this way. So that is going to be the intensity of the two stars together like this, not one passing and blocking out the other for a minute and then moving forward again. So it'll be longer than a minute too. They're slow moving planets. So look towards the southwest. Some people say, but in every culture there was this great star that appeared. It doesn't matter what religion or spiritual practice or ethnic group you're even talking about. Everybody has the story about a great star. So, but the most common, I guess, is the Star of Bethlehem, and they believe that one was with Jupiter, with love and joy and harmony. And so I think that was 8 BC or something, or 7 BC, or I don't know, I forget, but long before our time. So this is a one in a lifetime opportunity for anybody to see. The next one that will be so that we can actually see it will be in 80 years. So even though they always meet in the sky, it doesn't necessarily mean that we get to see them in the sky. So Jupiter is the god of expansion, the planet of expansion. It's our biggest planet in the sky. It's about bringing in more of. And so it's going into Aquarius. So it's more uniqueness, but yet at the same time working collectively as a group. And since Mercury is there, it's going to be about our voice. It's going to be about what we want in life, our needs, our wants, the way we see the world and how it should be. So it may be save the trees, it may be save the planet, it may be climate change, it may be a little bit about growing your own stuff and being able and allowed to grow your own stuff, and more of an education put into that way. And agriculture as a whole through the collective. Very much it could be about finances. And people are saying that our finances may, they're predicting a great change in our finances with Saturn going into Aquarius alone. Oh, listen to that. They are best friends, I promise you. It could be about our health. As we see Saturn going into Aquarius, we're going to see a lot more grounded in the approaches of how this whole pandemic is actually coming together. And the first couple of months might be hard in 2021, but don't worry, things ease up. I mean, it is an energy, the 5 energy of 2021, that's really going to lead us into learning how to laugh again and celebrate life and each other and ourselves, and relearning that after so much has been taken away from our lives throughout 2020. So whenever these stars meet in the sky, it opens up opportunities for, it opens up opportunities, growth, good fortune, and it's time to ascend to a higher level. Okay, it's time to feel a sense of completion in your life, in one area of your life, because remember, we're going to be going into air. So we have been in Earth for 200 years, and we can see it. We're very grounded people. We live indoors. We don't live outdoors like all the generations prior to us. We live indoors for the most part. It's all about stability. It's all about, that grounded approach, and looking at it through a very logical, if we can't see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, it can't possibly be real. Kind of attitude about everything in life. And so you see the shows where I saw one where they had chicken from 5 different one real chicken and then 4 from fast food restaurants, and which one was really the most chicken. And very rarely did the people guess the real chicken as being the real chicken. They would guess, what another fast food restaurant was using as their, and some of it was like 12% chicken, right? But boy, did it ever taste like chicken, right? So it's what we see, it's what we feel, it's what we taste. And so we say, well, it tasted and looked like chicken, so it was chicken. So we have limited views now with air. Well, air brings in energy, absolutely. We will be more motivated, faster. I can't believe faster in some way. And maybe it's the speed of learning, it's the speed of development, it's the speed of creation, it's technology taking over. And it's definitely a huge push towards a change, not only in our own personal lives, but on a global level. Absolutely. Very collectively here. We'll see it play out. We'll be standing up for what we believe. We'll be voicing what we believe and what we want to step into. So use it very constructively of how you want to step into your successes, your creations, your endeavors. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. So I think the last time, was it the 1400s it was in Aquarius? So yeah, that was about the Renaissance time and whatnot. I kid you not. The Magician appears. Your wish will be granted. New Moon Affirmations. Mantras. Visualize your goals, your dreams, your desires. Attach yourself to the feeling that you have about success, that happiness, that joy. Give it substance, absolutely. Don't just say, well, I want more money, because if you walk out on the sidewalk and find a coin, your wish was granted. So make sure that you are asking, make sure that you're using the right words. One time I asked for a car that just looked good because I was driving all these Bondo buggies. I mean, they were just horrendous cars. I would be like, you hope nobody was looking at you when you were going in the parking lot anywhere to your car, that nobody knew you. But they got me from A to B, but I just wanted a car that looked nice. So I kept asking for a car that looked nice. And this beautiful gold New Yorker showed up. in my driveway, and it was like pennies on the dollar. It really was. And it talked to you. And like back in the 80s, your cars didn't talk to you, especially the ones that you were buying before they went to the junkyard. You know, you were the final, you knew that you were the final owner of this car when you bought it, kind of thing. And so it talked to you and everything. So I'm driving down the road, and it says, your electrical system will now fail. And it did. Instantly, my power steering was gone. I was trying to crank the steering wheel over and get over to the side of the highway. And so I quickly remembered to start asking for the car that get me from A to B again. So be very careful with what you wish for. But this is definitely a time of the potential of, you know, believe that what you were asking for will happen in your life. Put the belief behind it. Expect it. This is new paths opening up to you, new relationships opening up to you, a new way of doing, being, becoming opening up to you in some part of your life. Absolutely. Look at this, the Five of Swords. Well, this is where we find out where we fit and where we belong and where we don't fit and where we don't belong. And when we're with certain people, how do we feel? And when we're with others, how do we feel? And who are the people that we need to walk forward with? And what people are in your life that don't share your viewpoint? And does it matter if they share your viewpoint? That's another thing. We can be best of friends, and you don't have to share my belief system any more than I have to, you know, be a part of your belief system. But the things that we do have in common work really well for our relationship. This is also, you know, when you make a stance right now, it could be a long-term stance, even if you didn't intend it to be. So choose your words wisely. If somebody aggravates you or sets you off, although I can't understand that in this energy, you know, step back. Okay, maybe they're hurting, and this is the way that they are dealing with their anger because they're too afraid to let it out and look at it and heal from it. The Lovers. Oh, this is about... and what a beautiful card to have for a center card. This is about growing relationships and passions deeper. This is about looking at the people in your life that you want in your life, that support you, that love you, that care about you. And it's growing those relationships deeper and developing them stronger. And for some of us, it won't be relationships. Or maybe it is relationships, but it's also your passions, your dreams, your desires. And really embracing them. And somehow you're just all of a sudden motivated. There's this drive about you, this determination about you that wasn't present before. Maybe it's the air energy coming in, pushing you forward. Where you felt before where you just couldn't get motivated, you couldn't get started, you couldn't get just that steady momentum going. You do it off and on. There was no rhyme or reason sometimes. And this is about really embracing your talents, your abilities, the unique you, and taking yourself forward, whether it's in relationships, platonic, romantic, your passions, your dreams, your desires. The Hangman. Well, it's not a 21 energy. It is a 12 energy. It does come to a 3. So I'm not surprised that this energy would show up. And the Hangman says to be in the moment, to go with the flow, to see where that air, that wind, that takes you, moves you to. Don't fight it. Don't fight against the current. Rather, try and understand why it's happening so that you can get in front of it and excel. This is figuring things out, weighing things out, understanding what is to be and what's not to be. This is understanding where you do really have control and where you really don't have control, and letting those things that you don't have control over mend their own fences, fix themselves. You need to unplug from it. For some of us, it may be the news, the newspaper, the daily reported counts. If you can't control it, you can control your actions. So, worry about what you're doing. And turn your focus and attention towards your dreams, your goals, your desires, if no other time in your life during this time. Because it's going to, it's almost like you're in a slingshot and you're just in parachute into success. But it takes a lot of work. It takes focus. It takes attention. It takes positive thinking. It takes a belief system. And so the Hangman is saying, chill out a little bit. Back it up. Do some deep breathing, some meditation. Ponder. Contemplate your questions about situations, about things that you want to walk into, about decisions that you're thinking about making. Have a conversation with God, your angels, your spirit guides, seemingly perhaps yourself. The Five of Pentacles. What an amazing card to have as the end card, because I see this as a very positive thing, although it also shows how we may feel positive. You know what? We may not feel this energy the way it is going to present itself to us. We may feel exhausted. We may feel like enough is enough. You're ready to throw in the towel. You've been hoping and waiting and wishing and praying for so long. You've been spinning your wheels. It's always been kind of out of reach, and you've never really stretched far enough for it because you really didn't think it was possible in one way or another. And this is the door of abundance. You sit on the threshold. You don't even see it. You're exhausted. Maybe you even feel like your friends have turned their back on you and you're doing it alone. And you so desperately need the help that, enough is enough. This card is here to symbolize just how close you are to your happily ever after. And will it happen but with a blink of an eye? No. Will it take work? Yes. Will it take struggle? Yes. Will there be delays and conflicts and days of chaos? Yes, but it is a much lighter energy that we are walking into. And even though we will have challenges, because that's just part of being human and living, they will be much easier than anything that you have walked through to this point. This is a time to pool your inner resources, to look within, to know your magic, to know your abilities, your talents, to know that it's time for you to turn around and stretch. And when you do, you're going to turn around and you are going to see this door with a giant pentacle in it. And it's framed with pentacles around it. And it'll ask you, are you willing to knock on the door? Are you willing to turn the door knob? Are you willing to walk through? Are you willing to embrace your tomorrow? Are you willing to take a risk on you? And I know you can, and they know you can. So believe, please believe that you can too. Let's get a mantra card. So I think we're going to see things change, and So it might be a bumpy road for the next little while for us, because there's going to be change. There's going to be drastic change with the things that are happening in the sky and has happened in the sky. We've had some things happen over the last 10 years that have just changed everything, really. This is not the world it was 10 years ago. You know, I feel like I'm from the Stone Age when I talk to, you know, the kids they hire, and I start talking about, you know, just working there when it was just, you know, a cash drawer. Computers. Where people walked in and they stood in line with a cigarette going. There was an ashtray at the till for them. And I feel like I'm from, like, I don't know, another planet almost. You know, there was an ashtray in the doctor's office. There was a commercial, actually, where the doctor was giving patients cartons of cigarettes for a present for Christmas. You know, what would be, you know, if you really want to make an impression on somebody, give them a carton of cigarettes. There you go. So that's the era I come from. So, and that wasn't that long ago. I promise you, it wasn't really that long ago. Had to walk uphill both ways to school. That I didn't have to do. Resilience, rise above the tribulations. Could we have nothing better than this? This is a day of none other, and this energy will be lasting, okay? We'll be feeling this energy in and out, right? Rise above the trials, the tribulations, the chaos, rise above the anxieties and the fears. Rise above it and see yourself in a place that doesn't have those things in the moment. Know that you will be fine. Know that you are protected. And if you don't think you're protected, then ask them to protect you. They're there. They're there waiting for your instructions. So tell them, please protect me. Surround me with a beautiful white light. Protect me. But you have made it through things before where you thought you just were never going to survive it. It hit you in the face and you thought, I'm not going to survive this. I'm not going to get out of this. I don't know how to deal with this. Everything is over. My life is over. I'm not going to have enough money or a place to live or whatever it was for you. But you got through it. And you will again. You will persevere. But right now, it's like you almost need to wear like a repellent for negativity. A spray on, you know? Wear that bubble around you. Absolutely. Rise above the tribulations. So, this is a little bit about going with the flow too, right? This card encourages you to endure and withstand stress, recover quickly from life's changes, misdeeds, or a bad ordeal. This is about facing life's adversities with courage and patience in a way that you come through it unscathed, better and stronger for the experience. It means recovery from an illness or recovering from being rejected by a loved one. It takes compassion towards yourself, determination, and strength. You will not be defeated. The resilience of the human spirit and the validity of love inhabits us to rise above our tribulations and fly. So it's time to fly again. Accept your reality in a positive light. See the goodness. The mantra is, I have the strength to quickly rise above any problem. I have the strength to quickly rise above any problem. Okay, an animal card. I'm going to do a Journey of Love card too. I can't think of a more perfect opportunity to do that. Now, I think in January or maybe it's February, I'm not sure. Oh, the monkeys tried to jump out. Yeah, let's party. Um, but they didn't get out, so I got them shuffled in before I could grab it. So, um, January, February. I think it's Mars and Uranus square with, well, they meet in the sky in Taurus, and they will be squaring Saturn and Jupiter. So I think a lot of things the things that we are setting into motion today and in the near future will probably come to a head around that time. It'll be interesting to see what happens. We have Mars, the warrior, so we'll be standing strong and proud for who we are. And with Uranus, I mean, that's body, mind, and spirit. That's things happening out of the blue. That's like you held your own and you stood in your truth and you worked towards your goals and your dreams, and wow, look what comes into your life. But it may present as a struggle, a conflict. We'll prepare for that when we do. Stretch your neck out. You know, as we headed towards the weekend, and probably during the weekend, it was about expanding your horizons. It's about seeing more of what's available to you. And I see this giraffe standing over the mountains, the mountaintops. So the long view. So this isn't about short plans or short goals. This is about destinies. This is about your legacy. This is about who you want to be known as, your identity. Once again, we come back to that one energy. Okay, we'll go to the giraffe here. There's our beautiful flamingos. There's our giraffe. Stretch your neck out. Stretch, strengthen, intuition, mobility, yoga, clairvoyant. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. So it's about staying flexible. It's about going with the flow. Very much what the Hangman energy, the 12 energy tells us. Sometimes we expect more from others because we would be willing to do that much for them. And Giraffe is reminding you to be careful of who you allow within your circle. Giraffe has a close-knit group of family and friends, and when there is somebody who disrupts the dynamics of the relationship, Giraffe is quick to change it. So we had a card for that, right? The Five of Swords. That we're really going to start looking at who really belongs, who's part of our family or clan or tribe or community, and who is not. Who do we wish to be with and who do we wish not to be with? Whether it's their long necks and legs or just simply their personalities, giraffes are known to have clairvoyant abilities, the ability to clearly see through people, problems, and sometimes even into the future. So during this time, ask yourself, have you ever had somebody like come into a room and everybody turns around to see who it is? Like you can just feel their energy. Or you are going to meet a good friend and they get up close to you and you go, what's the wrong? Before they even say anything, because you can feel that energy, you can feel that vibe. So pay attention to your intuition telling you the situation. And you will be able to read people to a certain depth. Absolutely. This uncanny intuitiveness is a message that you too have the ability of intuition and practice trusting the messages you receive. Quieting your mind is key to listening to your intuition. Yoga is found to be beneficial in this practice. Giraffes only sleep for 2 or 4 hours. They must have physical and emotional strength. Yoga can help you gain the strength needed to gift you in spiritual and physical mobility. So allow Giraffe to come into your life, allow you to stretch your neck out, to tap into people and what they're really thinking and what they're saying, or maybe two different things. Remember, we're moving from earth energy. We always took their word at value, and now we're starting to go to the air energy of what do we feel? What do we experience as we witness this person telling us this news? Okay, this information. And yet the Aquarian energy we will be fair, we'll be honest. We'll think outside the box. How great with Jupiter that we'll be thinking outside the box. Gives us great energy for that. And Jupiter and Saturn are having a conversation about the new world order, of what new rules have to be put into place, what things need to be brought into the world, expanded. It could be technology, absolutely, or health and well-being. I think that'll be definitely, it'll be the planet. Whether we look at the agriculture, the climate, something else altogether different people, different situations. We'll be finding our voice for those things. But it's your empowerment. It's your step up to the mountaintop so that you can soar. The choice. 62. The choice. That's an 8 energy. That's your strength. That's your courage. We'll do the poem first. Our lives are measured in choices we have made along the path we call living. Each compass point, a possibility. Each step, an opportunity. Seemingly random, each decision moves us in a direction, both unknown and yet somehow familiar. For upon reflection, the strength we find in choosing, or the surrender of letting all unfold, leads us to the place we started from, when we made that first choice. We are here again. Wow, do you have goosebumps on that one? I do. It's like we're all being reset to that 0 degrees, that restart button. There is no option that's not on the table right now for you. There is a choice that you need to make. You are aware of it already, or it's coming to an awareness very, very shortly. Embrace the unknown and say yes. You have the opportunity to enrich your world, to receive, and therefore be able to share much more. If anxiety or fear arises, guilt or shame, treat it as the cleansing of your emotional waters, as they receive so much more inflow from the divine ocean. Let the old layers rise to the surface of your awareness to be washed away. What seems to be so much in the context of your own emotional waters is not so much at all when compared to what the great ocean is capable of holding. So let the divine ocean take the old, washing it away from you and replenishing you with the new, that you may serve life all the better. This oracle brings you guidance. It is safe to choose now. There is no wrong choice, just a choice that resonates with your heart. You know what I meant. If it is challenging you, that is an opportunity for you to let the divine cleanse and lift you into the vibration where you feel at peace with your choice, where you can accept the grace it will bring to you. Do this now. It's your time to step up. Make your life easier on yourself and open to love in a more trusting way. Come now. The divine is calling you to play. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.